Appearing. We are live on YouTube. Welcome, welcome everybody. Welcome Ken, welcome Irene. I keep receiving messages. I think that it's this noise that you can hear is my Zoom support people who keep sending me messages because I'm having a bit of technological problems today. But we are live on my YouTube channel. So thank you Irene and Ken to be so patient and to just have come back again to go live together, because that's the beauty of this mission and this passion. Yeah, it's to do also together, to connect with other people. And this Beyond the Pain Live has never been live on YouTube. Actually, we could start a new weekly live, guys, if you want. Together, because that's the beauty of I can hear myself on fashion, one second. Can you hear my voice? And this Beyond the Pain Live has never been live on YouTube. Actually, we could start a new
Getting a little feedback.
I need to silence it on the YouTube channel. Now, can you hear me?
Yes.
Better, yeah. So sometimes this also happens, but this is practical. I can solve it. Okay, so maybe we're going to start the YouTube weekly live, which is easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And we can just enjoy being together in 3 different states and continents, 2 different continents. Yeah, you are in the United States, Ken is in Kansas, Irene is in California, and I am in Italy. And let's start a new platform. Yeah,
Amen.
Anyway, every week with another challenge that I have, 1 super patch per month, and I do 1 week in every language I know. So
amazing.
So now we can start this Beyond the Pain from the YouTube channel, and it's perfect. It works.
Yes. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Yeah, definitely.
We can do Mondays, Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah.
If Facebook allows us all together, but we'll keep on trying.
Facebook is weird because I can go live by myself. I cannot invite people. If I look for your name, Irene, or Ken's name from the live, you're not among my friends.
Yeah, that's what, yeah. Well, I was spelling Ken's name wrong, but then I figured out, but you're there. But even the brand new live did not allow me to, it's bizarre, but it doesn't matter. We on YouTube,
so
we're here.
Let's share.
Agree. Let's share.
So what should a lot of packages out here?
Should we introduce ourselves and share a story? What do you want to do? Absolutely. How you want to run it?
Ken can start because I never actually invited him on my YouTube channel. So Ken, you can start sharing your beautiful, amazing, extraordinary story with this VTT, and then we go on.
Sure, absolutely. I'm Ken Godey, and I'm actually out in Dallas, Texas. And I've been a massage therapist, esthetician for close to 3 decades. And back in 2021, I ended up in the hospital with the virus that was affecting the world at that time. And when I went in, they gave me 3 to 5 days to live. Now, I wasn't going to buy into that story. I didn't believe them, but I spent 3 months, grueling months in the hospital. And when I came home, I was in a wheelchair on oxygen 24/7, and I couldn't even walk up the stairs by myself. So fast forward 3 years, I got better during that time, right? But I still was at this plateau where I wasn't getting any better. I wasn't getting any worse. Every time I left the house, I still needed oxygen, and I still struggled with the stairs. And then came along super patches, and I started using the Liberty, the Victory, the Freedom patch. And within a matter of an hour, I felt a difference. I had more energy, I had more stability, I had more strength. Uh, it was pretty amazing. I then added in the Defend patch. And as I added in the Defend patch, I saw an improvement in my oxygen need. So now you see me sitting here, no wheelchair, no walker, no oxygen. And it's, I don't know what the patches did, but it's, for me, I got my life back. You know, I'm
So
able to
then
work again.
let me ask you, how did you find out about this technology?
A friend forced me to. They literally sent me some patches and said, "You need this. You're going to do this." And I was like, "I don't have any money. I don't have any. My life is over." I was in a bad shape. I was depressed. I was
Yeah.
not functioning like I normally did. But they said, "Here, you're doing this." So I started. I mean, I was desperate. I tried all kinds of things, but and I had a lot of improvement, but during that 3 year time, but it was like it had stagnated where I wasn't getting any better. And so
And you
I
were
was
still
like,
in a wheelchair.
okay, I'll
Anyway,
try anything.
you were better, but you needed a wheelchair.
Yeah, I was
And
out of the
oxygen
wheelchair, but I was in
as
a
well.
walker and I still had to carry around an oxygen tank 20, like if I walked outside the house, I needed to have a portable oxygen tank with me and going up and down the stairs was horrible. If I walked to my mailbox, I had to take a nap afterwards.
Yeah, yeah. I understand because I went through the same, not same thing as you. I didn't have the virus, but I had an accident, as I have already told my story, and I lived in chronic fatigue with chronic acute pains, and just doing a flight of stairs for me was like, okay, I'm done. The day was finished and I needed to go to bed. And it's this technology really improves the quality of life of people who are struggling, and this is why we are so persistent in wanting to go live and in wanting to connect together, because we can share different sides of the benefits, yeah, because we all went through different problems, different issues. Irene, that's your turn. I know that you already are on my YouTube channel because I kind of harassed you a little bit in 2023 when I found you when I found you on Facebook. I asked you so many questions and you came and I interviewed you, and there are already from 2023 some videos, but now we're only 3. It's not like with the team, and you can still say this incredible story of yours, like Ken's is as well, so that there is another testimonial.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. And listen, your story, like you minimize it, but my God, your story is so powerful. I wish you could hear it, like from our side.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah,
powerful. And when you don't like, I was like, you need to speak loudly about. You didn't sleep for 20 years. You're standing up and sleeping. I mean, I said, and I mean, I was sitting and sleeping, but I'm saying it's just your story is incredible. Like I don't even know how that even possible. You survived that, but
yeah.
I'm so happy
I
you're
mean,
here.
one thing, and then I just you can speak, but my story is a bit strange for me because people didn't see. Okay, I was in chronic pain, I was in chronic fatigue, but because of the ballet discipline, I didn't show. So people didn't understand that I was in chronic pain, huge chronic pain. I
Sure,
was the
sure.
only one who knew, okay? I was really, the only times when people saw something were the times where I got completely stuck, that I couldn't really stand up. But yeah, this is why, it's a bit weird when people are in pain, but nothing appears. It's
Yeah,
tricky.
yeah, and there's a name for it. I learned through my journey, silent illness, right? And that's the problem. I talk about it too because you can't measure pain in somebody else's body. And if I wasn't shaking, I was still in pain, right? And when I didn't have the technology, right? I mean, I shook, but I'm saying, but even when I had that epidural, there was still pain in my body, but pain cannot be measured. So the invisible pain is the worst because we look good. You're like, oh, you look so good, but I also learned how to mask it. I also learned how to put a freaking smile on my face, put a little lipstick while my whole body was numb. And my feet would be numb, and I would be on fire from my hip down, and my hands as well. And you just go and you show up because I don't even know how I cut hair sometimes. Like I couldn't even feel my fingers, but it's like memory remembered, and it just did it. So yeah, so it's I get it, but still when you share it, I still have goosebumps. Like I could feel the muscle ripping in your back.
Yeah, well, I can still remember it, but I try to focus now on the repairing.
Of course we do, but I'm saying, and I did.
This is what we all want, because the more we focus on the pain, the more we feel the pain. The more we focus, this is something that I've also learned over time. I could manage my days because I had learned techniques to manage
Yeah.
the pain, even just with the breathing. That's why I teach breathing, okay? And it's incredible. And then slowly, in the last few years, I've even learned that actually our mind is so powerful. Our brain is so powerful because we can just intend and command our body to feel less pain. If we focus on that, it still works. You have to work on it, of course. It's like the
Yeah.
breathing, you have to work on it. It's like going to the gym.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
much technology is much simpler and much
Yeah.
faster,
Faster.
and it
Yeah.
doesn't require us to learn some skills, which, you can say, oh, but I could still learn the skills and use the technology. I do both, for instance.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So my story is uh, I'm 56, 43, 13, 15 years ago, I lost track. Yeah, 56. I was celebrating 43. So 15 years, something like that. 42. I was 42. And so car accident, and I was going away to celebrate my birthday, but a guy fell asleep behind the wheel and T-boned us. And again, nothing was broken, right? Muscle soreness, whiplash. But internally, the way I was sitting, uh, on diagonal, L1 through 5, and just things moved and shifted. And I guess I had lumbar tear. And then we figured out it was sympathetic nerve damage. And all of this pain wasn't going away, but it was intensifying. And doctors didn't understand why I was in so much pain. Well, I don't know. Maybe because I was hit by a car going 70 miles an hour.
Maybe.
Maybe, right? And so yeah, it was a very dark moment. It was a very dark moment. And as I moved through the 6 years of that chronic pain and doctors not knowing what to do and just gave me a bag of medicine that did not help, just made me druggy, tired, exhausted, brain fogged, hopeless. I felt like they didn't see me, they didn't hear me, and I was battling this thing alone, mentally and physically and emotionally and financially, and every aspect of my life. It was just, there was no hope. That's how I felt. And even the strongest mind, and I've been in some really complicated situations, but if I didn't have the mind, I had the money to help me find the mind, and I had the money, didn't have the money, I could make it. But here everything was gone, and I was left with this, felt like a broken body. And then within the 6 years, the 3 years, the shaking started creeping up, and
Okay, so it didn't start right away after the accident.
No, it
Aha,
started.
I didn't know
It's
that.
it started because I feel like I was neglected by the medical field. It took over 9 months to get my first epidural. I was about to go pay $5,000 that I did not have, just a credit card. That's how much this doctor wanted to charge me for one. I had 9.
Oh my
So
goodness.
it was dire. It was dire time. And then when doctors told me that we have no options after going to muscle movement specialist, physical therapy, acupuncture, reflexology, chiropractor, I had this vertical, thing that I hang upside down, meditation, everything, like everything under the sun. I was exhausted. I couldn't do it anymore. I was done. So, and and when doctors told me there's no more hope, they took my last breath away. Like I felt that was the coffin that nailed the coffin. What is it? Nailed that. Help me, Ken.
Yeah.
Nailed that. What is the saying? A nail that.
Yeah, it's like they said the final sentence.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So it is a saying that I can't remember. Nail the coffin. It was the last thing. And so that's it. I was done. Because when they told me wheelchair, I was like, how in the world am I going to cut hair in a wheelchair? Like now I can see I could have figured it out. But at the moment, I couldn't imagine. And
Yeah.
so
And
I gave my power
something,
away.
Yeah, I want to see what you think about it, Ken and Irene, because I was also told by the doctor that it could only get worse. It could never get better, my
That's it. That's it.
condition,
That's what
and
I
that
heard.
I would end up in a wheelchair. And I think that somehow I hope and I wish I have this huge hope that the medical profession starts understanding the power of words, because when they speak to people, people believe what they say. And if they tell you good,
Yeah.
believe what they say, even if you're feeling terrible. But if they give you a little hope, your body is going to cooperate to get better. But if they don't give you hope, I I felt when they told me, it would only get worse. It felt that it was getting worse and worse. I don't know if it worked the same for you, or I don't
So
know if Ken had this kind of experience with the doctors. It's such a shame.
Yes, I agree. When I first went in the hospital, within a day, the doctor walked into my room and said, you need to prepare because you're going to die within 2 to 3 days to a week. That's all. That's all. So make 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 your plan, make your plans. And I looked at her and I said, no, I'm not.
So in a way, you didn't bite. Yeah,
Yeah,
you didn't believe.
I asked her, like, do you believe in miracles? And I don't know if she even answered me or not, but she just leaned in really close and whispered, no, you're going to die.
what
So,
a witch.
right? I mean, I want to go back and see her.
You
I
should.
haven't yet, but I want to go back and see her as like, you did see a miracle,
Yeah.
and
So sad.
And you didn't even
so,
have the VTT. You weren't even on the VTT at that moment.
oh no, not at all.
No.
So
I didn't even know
miracles
about
do
it until
happen.
years
This
later. This
is,
was
yeah, but
2021.
this is what I talk about when I speak about the power of our mind, because you were more powerful than the words that she told you. You showed her that you are much more powerful because you didn't believe what she told you. You see?
And
Yes, yes, absolutely.
and for me, it was opposite. I was more powerful before they told me that there's no choice. Like I still had the faith. I still visualized myself running through a field of flowers, walking, doing, I prayed and but when they said to me, that's it, we don't have anything for you. And that whole entire year, I struggled a lot. Like I was like, why bother? Like what a kind of life am I couldn't see myself living on the epidurals or cortisone shots and the hip injections and they and I did the sympathetic nerve block that supposedly worked, but I needed 8 or 10 of them, and there were like only few people that could do it. And $10,000 a pop because they really have to put you to sleep and go deep into the underneath the groin and the sympathetic nerve. They have to go directly into it, and it's very dangerous. And I was like, I can't afford that. And then they're like, well, we don't know exactly if it works. It may work, and we don't know how often you're gonna. I'm like, where am I gonna have this money? So my situation was opposite. Because I also like, well, they're the doctors, they're the best of the best. They should know. And but deep down inside, I still prayed for that miracle, even though I didn't believe it. So there's something subconsciously in me said, Irene, yes, this is shit. But so,
Yeah,
and
for
here we
me, it was
are.
very slow. It took me so long. I kept training myself to learn, but it took me a lot of years to really become so aware and sure that I was the only one who had that started happening. I started finding the good solutions, because power is not only meaning for me that I can do myself what it needs. I'm learning how to make my body do things without anything else. But even if, when you start believing, you start also coming across the right solutions.
And I agree with you 100%. That's how I lived my life for 43 years before my car accident. I was unstoppable. My daughter and I, the oldest, didn't have such good relations, but I found the right therapist. I found the right program. I had 2 pennies to my name, but I believe that there's people out there that's going to help me make it affordable. I will find the money, single mother the whole time. Like one time I needed $800 to pay my bills, and $800 came with a phone call by 3 different people. So yeah, and that was so sad that I had to really fight, not only mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, but I had to find that strength within myself again and pull that Irene out. Even after I received this incredible technology that did give me my life back, I still sat in doubt for about 7 months. And because I had like the devil and the angel says, Irene, you're doing great. Keep believing. Look, you're not shaking. And then the moment I took the sock off, because that 8 years ago we only had socks, it said, look, see, I told you it's not gonna work. There's nothing there.
And
Doctors
you have
told you.
just wasted your money in
And
case
it's
the
like,
other boy is like, it's just a waste of money. What are you doing?
don't believe it. Look, you're still shaking. It's not going to work. And I had to realize, like, shut up. Yes, it's working. Yes, I can move. No, I'm not in pain. Even for like 3 hours, and I had to build that part of the brain back, not to overpart. Like, I literally have to stay in joy and not focus on that. But so it took a lot out of me to really go deep and find that strength again to believe, because doctors took it away from me.
Yeah.
took it away. And when I got my miracle that I prayed for, I didn't even recognize it. I said no. I said no because I didn't want to be disappointed. That would hurt more than the pain that I lived in. And because this is beyond the pain, if you're hearing our voices, don't give up. Keep trying. Yes, I know it gets expensive. I know. I have a
This is why we come live on whatever platform every week together, and you do it every day on whatever
dude.
platform, because there are so many people who are giving up and who think that if the doctors say that there is nothing else they can do, there is nothing else
and
available.
and can I say this, Sabrina? Because I don't want to give doctors bad name, and they're amazing doctors, and I had amazing doctors. It's just the thing is with doctors is they're bind to a contract, even if they know that by law they're not allowed to say, "Here, I mean, here's a tool," or "Here, this. Here's the tool that I was given. I signed the contract. Here's the prescriptions that I need to write to you every single time. It's up to you what you do with it." But this is what we got. I was offered a $15,000 clinical psychological evaluation. They wanted to send me. She said, "Oh, look, I found something out of the box. Maybe they will help you. Maybe you're." I was like, my body is burning. Yeah, I have PTSD, but I don't need a psychologist that costs $10,000 in the programming your brain. I need you to find why I'm shaking. It was an insult. Like, she was like 25 years old telling me I'm stressed.
$10,000 to rewire your subconscious is a bit too expensive, because they could have said you can rewire your subconscious and the shaking is going. It is possible,
Yeah, but at the time,
not for $10,000.
No, but and she said insurance doesn't cover. But what I'm trying to say is that she brought that paper to me with such arrogance. Right? Like, because she could not find what was wrong with me. It has to be, I am the problem and I need a therapist. No, I am not a problem. This is what I'm feeling, because nothing is broken. They cannot measure the pain. And when they don't understand what's happening to you, right? She was not a neurologist. She was like just like some pain management family, doctor, like, general.
General practitioner.
Yeah, general practitioner. So, but the thing is that there's no bedside manners, right? Like, I feel like a lot of doctors are just robots, but that's not here and there. But what's so interesting, I want to say that the technology and medicine is going hand in hand. I went to an event where they talk about, there were longevity doctors, and I'm so excited. There's so many things that are happening to help us age healthier, and pre-care, and pre with no drugs, and it's not invasive, and there's no chemicals. It's about music, it's about breathing, it's about exercise, it's about holistic approach. And that was such a refreshing thing to see. I went to an event about a product, but what scared me was how much these doctors now relying on AI, and how much AI is implemented in the health and wellness. And she was saying that in Japan, there's a full-on hospital that will be completely with AI, even the doctors.
So they will be replaced slowly.
Yes, in many ways.
Humans.
In many ways.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was very scary, but they seem so excited now. I don't know what you're talking about. It's not exciting. We already have, but what's exciting for me that our technology, technology is here.
If they train the AI not to push people down when they are sick, and to give them hope and to motivate them, to make them aware that they can get better, if they believe it. It's it maybe in this case the AI would do better than the humans.
It was very yes, I understand. It was very interesting to see the doctors that using AI. She said the patients are bringing them full-on diagnostic from GPT.
Think about this. Ken, what do you think about the AI replacing the doctors?
Well, you know, it's a technology that's here to stay, you know, and used properly, it's a great tool um, for anybody to do something faster. But one of the things I think is that it takes away from a little bit from our own humanity, where we're not thinking anymore.
Yeah.
You know, we're not
Stimulating our
putting
brain. Yeah.
right. We're not stimulating our brain, but used to as a stimulation, as a learning tool to help perfect things you do, it has some benefit to it. But
Yeah, it's a
I mean,
tool. I mean, it should stay a tool to be used to implement and to make certain processes faster.
yeah.
But of course, when you start replacing the creative side with the AI work because you don't even want to make the effort to be creative, then it's
Yeah.
dehumanizing.
Yeah. I'm not crazy about it.
I
For my,
use it. You know,
yeah,
I like using it. It makes certain
it's,
things that I have to do much faster.
yeah, yeah. It's not, it's, I mean, I do use GPT,
Chat
whatever.
GPT, Chat GPT.
Sometimes just because sometimes I don't know how to put the sentence together, but very limited. My daughter educates me. It uses so much energy, it uses so much water, and it's horrible for the environment. And all of these plant, facilities are in places that are already struggling, poverty community, and they're poisoning their air and the water. So I'm very conscious of it. The GPT, I do use it periodically, but I try to minimize. But for me, AI, it's impersonal. Just my opinion. I know it has a lot of benefits, but the pictures that are made, they just don't look real to me. Like I want to really see a real person. But that's just me. But everybody can do whatever they want. But I was very fascinated how she said there's going to be a full-on hospital that's going to be run. It'll be opening like any minute, fully with AI.
I don't know where you live, if you have already heard of it, but there are restaurants that are managed
Yes, yes,
with
by
robots nowadays
yes, 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 yes,
already.
yes,
A
yes.
bit
Yeah,
all over. You can start in the big cities, big towns. You
yeah.
start seeing once in a while a restaurant where you don't have human waiters anymore, just robots.
I won't go to that place. I
Everything.
won't support
I
it.
wouldn't go. They have waiting list. I
Oh, I
would
know.
go to this kind of places, but
Yeah.
there are so many people who want to go, you know?
And that's and yeah, yeah. And that's and looking at all of this technology, in some ways, it will help us to talk about this easier, right? Because it is wearable technology. People are obsessed with
That's
technology.
what I was taking, yeah.
This
So
is
this is a
wearable.
technology. You said it, Irene, so
Yeah.
well.
So
It
this
is a
will help
new
us.
technology, but this is to improve our potential, human
Yes.
potential.
Yes.
And it's not AI. I was so scared in the beginning, so skeptical that it would have hidden some microchips, some controlling chips that they would have us under control. You know, I didn't know what I was talking about, but it was my first thought. So I understand when people get scared when I say you can improve your neurology, you can optimize your brain, and they say, oh no, that's not possible. Yeah, the same here. I just had the same feeling. It was scary to know at first. What about Ken? Ken, how did you react when they told you that this little colorful patch could optimize your brain?
I, well, first of all, I was skeptical because there's things out there, there's a lot of people out there that are just selling stuff to people who are in need. So they see it and they search out a lot of stuff and for a solution to their issues. But on the flip side of that is I've studied frequency medicine and used that in my practice. And I know that physical touch to the body sends signals to the body to react. It's just like if you're picking up a pen, even with your eyes closed, you know it's a pen because you felt it before. So what the patches, what I was, when they explained it to me, it was the patches are like this braille for the brain. I mean, a person who's blind can actually, once they learn what the pattern means, there's little raised dots, and they can run their finger along that and determine by knowing what that pattern is in their head, they can actually read. All right. So this is doing the same thing. The technology is, there's a pattern on the back of the patches that once you put it against your skin is reading those lines that are on the back of the patch and sending signals to your brain that help reconnect some of the connections that were lost, whether it's to trauma or some sort of whatever age,
life
whatever
factor,
disconnects us.
aging, other condition like chronic condition that, yeah, I know. Everybody has different factors actually, you know. You had
And
Irene and I had an accident. There are
Yeah.
other people who also have different conditions.
and for me, when I received it, we didn't even know even how to use it. We had nothing, right? They thought that you can wear it 3 days in a row and it would be fine, and then you can put 3 days in a row or something like that. We didn't even know that it has to be consistent until a little bit. I wore it consistently, and then they told us I didn't care how it worked. I didn't care what's in it. I didn't care even if I was connected to an alien. I didn't care. I knew I did not shake, and I didn't have pain, and I could move, and I could take a breath. So I didn't care what it was. I took so much crazy. I came upside down for 5 minutes.
You would have said, alien, do
come and get me. Come and get me. And I was like, can I make a suit? And so is again what we have now we didn't have. We had to kind of go as we go. They didn't have. I mean, I remember Jay sharing a story with Terry. They had a car in a you know, whatever, the backing, what is it, in the back of the car, huh
the rear of the car.
The rear, yeah, you know, they opened it up out of the trunk, and they would sold the socks and the insoles in the corner. I mean, that's how they started. Like, there was Terry, Kevin, and Jay. That's it, right? And so we didn't know anything much. And then they're like, okay, wear it for 21 days, 21 days of consistency. The brain finds the neuropathic ways. 21 days it takes to retrain your brain, and then just wear it for a period of time. That's all. I was like, okay. I bought like 30 pairs. Like, I literally had no money. I was like, here's my credit card. And, you know, and again, we only had some. And then more and more came along. And I have every pair. And I lived in Nehighs in California. So you know, it was a dark.
When you started, let's say this to people who don't know.
There's no more.
Started using this technology, and there were no patches available. So she started on the socks and the insoles in 2016. And then from 2017, Jay started producing the patches.
And Liberty came out about 7 to 8 months later from the socks. And that's the first time I met Jay. Kim and I got it, you know, she flew, but we didn't even know how we're going to get there. Like, we had 2 pennies to our name. And she said, he's in Vegas. We have to go, and we have to meet this man. There was like 400 of us there, and, you know, and fascinating, the stories, the just, you know, brings so many incredible, and then they started doing the study, and I was fighting to be in it, to be one of the people, and I was.
Yeah.
And
how also I met you, because
Yeah.
I saw a couple of videos of you showing also
the study, yeah. And then 18 months later, that's it, I was done. Like, I wasn't done, but I was like 90% neuroplasticity. I could be with the socks 3, 4, 5, whatever. Liberty, I'm sitting right now without liberty. I've been without it for like nothing on me from that part of the brain, because it's freaking hard here. But when the Liberty came out as a patch, not only it gave me my life back, it gave me an additional quality of life back, because now I could get my feet done. I know it's silly, but I could get a massage done. And I could see my toes because they were all cooked up with. So the freedom of wearing beautiful shoes, like, and I used to share that, like, it sounds silly, but when you're used to wearing nice things and shoes and painting your toes and you're walking in your little flip-flops looking cute, and now you can't, it makes you sad and depression, done, like you don't want to be here. So yeah.
you start painting the socks.
yeah. It was like, as grateful as I was, I felt like, like a grandma. I'm still young, but like, it's just, you try to find something to, but now looking back, it's funny, but it's incredible. Here we are almost 8 years later. And, like I say, that this technology not only gave me my life, like
10 years. You have been using the technology for 8 years, but the technology was on the market almost 10 years ago. It's 2016.
But in Canada,
in Canada, it will be 10 years.
Yeah, in Canada, yeah.
In Canada.
Yeah. So, this, if you're watching these 3 stories, we got our life back when, hey, Ken had 5 days to live, and here he is. 3 to 5.
3 days.
Right? And they told me I'm going to be in a wheelchair. And Sabrina,
I was told the same. I was in chronic pain, and also was told that it would only get worse, and I would end up in a wheelchair.
So please listen to our voices.
My arms, because my back is damaged. They say now, I don't know if it's damaged. I don't care, Irene. I don't care. I don't know if Ken agrees with that, and Irene, if you agree, but I don't even care to go and check, because for me, the important thing is to have my life back. I can move, I can lift weights, I can train, I can exercise, I can just do whatever, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the thing is that we're here to give you hope and stay optimistic. Optimize your brain. Optimistic and optimize with wearable technology.
Stay optimistic and optimized, both. Please, and connect with one of us. If you want to know more, if you want to be supported in understanding more, because we can give you all the details. And
yes, absolutely.
And I will put our Facebook links in the description of this video.
Great.
Because it's staying on my YouTube channel.
Amazing.
And people can connect with us, they can follow us. And I really, really have this huge dream where one day we will have waiting lists of people ringing at our door or our Facebook page to really know more.
Yeah. And maybe 3 of us we should plan another, how we did the event on Instagram where people come in
on YouTube.
Yeah, we can do another event, 3 of us, and invite people and kind of have, people come and share, right? Oh yeah.
So now we know that YouTube is a user-friendly platform. We can use YouTube as much as we can.
Amazing.
We will be here next Monday then at 5 p.m. Italian time, which is, Irene, 8 a.m. in Los
Okay.
Angeles.
So do we still try? Should we still try at that same time on Facebook? Or you don't want to do the Facebook at all?
Yeah, the problem is that we do them by themselves.
Okay. Well, we should still, okay, we can do this here first and then try another day for the Facebook.
Yeah. So we
Okay.
go live here at 5 p.m. Italian time, which is 11 a.m. Ken?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. in Dallas,
Texas.
Texas. I don't know why I memorized
And
it.
I'm 8 a.m. on.
And then it's 8 a.m. in Los Angeles.
Okay, amazing. Perfect. Love it.
California.
Bye-bye.